What you gotta say now? You ain't got shit to say.
Singer and actress Cassie Ventura filed a shocking $30 million civil lawsuit last week accusing her ex-boyfriend and media mogul Sean Diddy Combs of physical abuse spanning over several years. Now, although Diddy initially shot down the claims, the rapper quickly had a change of heart and decided to put those accusations to rest. And within less than 24 hours, both parties decided to reach an agreement amicably. Now, I know you all have so many questions, so let's talk about the real reason why Cassie settled. In order to give you those answers, we have to go back to the beginning. Now, if you guys remember, Diddy and Cassie first met back in 2005. According to the lawsuit, the singer was only 19 years old while Diddy was 37 at the time. Within months of them meeting, in February 2006, Cassie signed a 10-album deal with Diddy's record label. On April 25, 2006, she released her chart-topping hit Me and You, that was my jam, which was the lead single for her self-titled album under Bad Boy Records. The song reached number 3 on the US Billboard Hot 100 and remained in the top 40 for nearly 5 months. According to Today, Cassie and Diddy first sparked dating rumors back in 2007, which was also around the time the rapper ended his longtime relationship with the mother of his 3 kids, Kim Porter. However, Cassie and Diddy didn't publicly confirm they were an item until 2012, when they were spotted at Kanye West's Paris Fashion Week show and the GQ Men of the Year party in Los Angeles. Now, later that year, rumors started to swirl that the two were reportedly engaged after Cassie was spotted wearing what appeared to be a diamond-studded engagement ring. Diddy's team later denied they were ever engaged. Then 2 years later, the rumors they were getting engaged sparked back up in 2014 during Valentine's Day after Cassie was spotted wearing this ring. However, they quickly denied the claims yet again. Now, it's August 2016, and TMZ published this article stating Cassie and Diddy had called it quits after they got into a heated argument where Diddy ended up taking Cassie's phone and scrolling through it. TMZ then reported the rapper jumped out of the car with Cassie's phone as she took off with their driver. US Weekly then exclusively reported that Diddy and Cassie had not split despite media reports saying they had parted ways. However, ultimately, their official breakup came in 2018, and that marked the end of their very public union. Now, although they maintained a relatively private personal life despite their status as public figures in the entertainment industry, Cassie's recent lawsuit paints a much different picture as she uncovers a dark history of physical and mental abuse at the hands of her ex-boyfriend. Cassie's recent revelations in the lawsuit shed light on the distressing reality behind the glamorous facade. This is the first time I had ever read a lawsuit that had a trigger warning on it. It is 35 pages, and with every page, it just gets worse and really intense. But I have to dive deep into this lawsuit for you guys to really understand why Cassie settled, and also so you guys know the legalities behind it. Cassie detailed the early stages of their relationship and how almost immediately the rapper started to show signs of possession and control over her life. In November 2006, Diddy allegedly invited Cassie to perform his song Come To Me along with him at the MTV Europe Music Awards in Denmark. After rehearsal for the performance, Diddy walked around in a robe with a drink in his hand, flaunting his lavish party lifestyle, according to the suit. Now, during that time, Cassie caught wind that Diddy was interested in her, and although she thought of it as just gossip, she reportedly expressed disgust given their major age gap. Now, again, according to the lawsuit, during one specific incident, Cassie stated Diddy invited himself to her 21st birthday party in Las Vegas. Although he was aware that she was in a relationship at the time, Diddy allegedly pulled Cassie into a bathroom at an after party in a hotel suite the same night and forcibly kissed her. The suit states that the singer did not consent to the kiss, and she immediately ran out of the bathroom and cried. Now, fast forward to the following day after Diddy allegedly forcibly kissed Cassie. They're at the VMAs, and Cassie's boyfriend at the time now joins her and Diddy at a table at the award ceremony. The rapper became angry, telling her that the invitation to the award ceremony was only for her and not for her significant other. Another incident documented in the lawsuit was on one particular night around September 2007, where Diddy insisted Cassie go out with him. Although she didn't want to, she agreed in fear that if she rejected Diddy, it would later affect her album deal. When Diddy picked her up, Cassie states she was handed a pill as soon as she got in the car. And when she asked what the pill was, Diddy allegedly dismissed the question and insisted she would like it. Cassie later found out it was ecstasy, and that was the first time she had ever gotten high with Diddy. That moment in the car marked the beginning of years long of substance abuse for the singer. Now, at first, she was allegedly given the prescriptions that Diddy received from a doctor in Miami, Florida. Eventually, when Diddy exhausted his supply of pills, he demanded that Cassie get prescriptions from this Miami doctor in her own name. According to the lawsuit, Diddy allegedly continued to show signs of wanting to control Cassie's personal life, and at one point, he even made sure he had access to her medical records and ordered them to be sent to his personal email address. Now, over the next decade, multiple times each year, Diddy would allegedly violently Cassie, leaving bruises on her body. After every instance in which he would Cassie, Diddy used his money and power to orchestrate extensive efforts to hide the evidence of his abuse, including by hiding Cassie in hotels for days at a time to let her bruises heal. And in one such instance, according to the lawsuit, after a party with Jay-Z, Diddy Cassie repeatedly in an Escalade, including by kicking and hitting her. Then in another instance, in January 2009, after Diddy learned that Cassie spoke to another music manager at a party in Los Angeles, he became enraged, and in the car leaving the club, he pushed her into a corner of the vehicle and began stomping her face. When the car arrived at Diddy's residence, Cassie attempted to run away, but Diddy followed her and proceeded to again kick her in the face. Cassie was bleeding profusely and was ushered into Diddy's home, where she began to throw up from the violent assault. Now, once he saw the damage to her face and body, Diddy allegedly forced his staff to bring Cassie to a hotel suite at the London Hotel in Los Angeles, where she was required to stay for a week. Now, according to the lawsuit, Cassie found herself helpless after realizing how much power and influence Diddy really had. Several of his staff allegedly knew what was going on, and no one offered to help her. She was also afraid to go to the authorities because she knew nothing would happen to the rapper, but instead give him more of a reason to hurt her if she spoke out against him. Within a few months of beginning a romantic relationship, the singer felt she had to go along with Diddy's demands. While in New York City, the rapper allegedly stated he wanted to engage in a fantasy of his where he watched Cassie have sex with another man. He would call these encounters a freak off, or FO. The first time this ever happened, Diddy hired a man and brought that man to his home in Los Angeles. The man, Cassie, and Diddy wore masquerade masks and took drugs. Diddy directed Cassie to perform sexual acts with this man while Diddy watched them. He then pleasured himself while he directed Cassie and the man to do specific acts. That encounter lasted multiple days, according to the lawsuit. Now, these freak-offs would allegedly happen weekly, and Cassie was eventually instructed to use websites and escort services to find male workers to participate in these FOs. Diddy allegedly told Cassie to specifically search for large black on the website when she was looking for a man that would engage in these FOs with her and Diddy. And according to the lawsuit, Diddy allegedly always supplied Cassie and the worker with copious amounts of drugs before and during these weekly FOs. Cassie was given ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, and alcohol in excessive amounts during FOs, which allowed her to disassociate during these horrific encounters. And because of Diddy's power and bad temper, Cassie allegedly became petrified of her partner and boss and felt that she could not say no to him. The FOs and became a regular occurrence, and every time Cassie would run away and try to escape from Diddy, he would allegedly often send people from his staff to find and retrieve her back to him. The lawsuit also suggested that Diddy blew up Kid Cudi's car in 2012 in retaliation for the rapper's brief relationship with Cassie. Diddy once said he would target him. Around that time, the suit says Kid Cudi's car exploded in his driveway, and in a statement through his spokesperson, Cudi confirmed Cassie's account. "This is all true," he told the New York Times. According to the lawsuit, in September 2018, the singer joined Diddy for dinner in Malibu for what she believed would be a discussion about ending their relationship for good. Now, after dinner, Diddy allegedly returned to the house he paid for Cassie. After forcing himself into the apartment, he allegedly forcibly kissed her. Although Cassie reportedly said no and pushed him away numerous times, Diddy allegedly began to take off his clothes and Cassie while she continuously said no. That marked the last time she was ever involved with Diddy. Now, although several years have passed, Cassie has finally mustered up the courage to speak out against the media mogul, which prompted her to file a civil lawsuit in New York. And now many of you are questioning, why now? Why in 2023, if in 2018 you guys called it quits, why is Cassie coming out now to state all this abuse that she endured at the hands of Diddy after she was with him for over a decade? And in order to understand why Cassie settled her lawsuit against Diddy so quickly, I have to break down what a civil lawsuit is and why she most likely didn't file a criminal lawsuit. So let's break it down. What's a criminal lawsuit? Criminal laws are the rules that apply when someone commits a crime such as robbery, power, arson, and other kinds of crimes. If Cassie were to file a criminal lawsuit, the chances of Diddy doing time were probably slim to none, considering his immense power and resources. Instead, she filed a civil lawsuit, which was brought under the Adult Survivors Act, a New York law that gives victims of who were 18 or older at the time of the alleged abuse a 1-year window to bring cases in New York after any statutes of limitations have expired. That window closed a week after she filed. With the expiration of New York's Adult Survivors Act fast approaching, Cassie told The Times on November 16, "It became clear that this was an opportunity to speak up about the trauma I have experienced and that I will be recovering from for the rest of my life." In addition, a civil lawsuit is when one person sues another person, a business, or agency for money. Civil cases generally only result in monetary damages or orders to do or not do something known as injunctions. Therefore, for the people who have been stating Cassie should have held out and not settled, makes absolutely no sense considering it was a civil lawsuit where the intention is solely about holding the person responsible for their actions and money is awarded for such wrongdoings. The person the lawsuit is filed against, which in this case is Diddy, cannot face criminal charges even if Cassie so-called held out. And although Diddy's attorney initially claimed the lawsuit was Cassie's attempt to blackmail the rapper, in less than 24 hours of her filing the lawsuit, Diddy and his team made the decision to settle. Diddy released a statement stating he decided to resolve this matter amicably, ending it with, "I wish Cassie and her family all the best. Love." But after receiving major backlash and public scrutiny, Diddy's attorney released another statement where he claims Diddy's decision to settle the lawsuit does not in any way undermine his flat-out denial of the claims. Although many people were shocked to see this lawsuit get settled so quickly, one question that continues to arise is, did Diddy really do everything that was alleged in this suit? Considering his immense amount of resources and wealth, if what Cassie alleged isn't true, then why wouldn't Diddy fight back to clear his name? As of right now, those answers aren't clear, but what we do know is that it took a lot of courage for Cassie to speak out against someone so powerful. And honestly, things are not looking good for Diddy. Following Cassie's bombshell lawsuit, 3 allegations were made against Diddy, and as a result, some of his business deals and partnerships have suffered. For one, Macy's announced they will no longer be carrying the rapper's clothing line, Sean John, and the label will not be available on the department store website, effective immediately. And this week, Diddy has stepped down from his position as chairman of Revolt. Now, this move is temporary according to TMZ, but the network did release a statement saying this decision helps to ensure that Revolt remains steadfastly focused on our mission to create meaningful content for the culture and to continue to amplify the voices of all Black people. And also this week, Diddy lost his charter school partnership with Capital Preparatory Harlem Charter School. Diddy helped launch the school back in 2016 and made a $1 million donation towards funding the school's Bronx location in 2021. So again, while some of you may condemn Cassie for settling so quickly, I hope you now have a better understanding of what a civil and a criminal lawsuit is and why the only option was for her to settle and get her money, because again, it was a civil lawsuit. Comment below on your thoughts on this whole situation and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.